Hey everyone, Catch 'em All Collectibles here with a quick purchase video. I've got so many PSA returns coming in soon. I guess it's like three or four, but they're really big ones. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna make this video go live Monday or maybe I'll do a bonus video for the weekend. I'm still waiting on my MetaZoo to come in. I have a couple of the spell books, but I want to open a spell book and a box and then discuss what else I've been purchasing with MetaZoo. But so many things just came in for Pokemon that I wanted to kind of show some of them off because some of them, I guess it's partially a purchase video, partially a return video or a submission video. So Greninjas and Pikachu full arts, I've been picking the Pikachus up for under $1, average cost each, all in to my door. And the Greninjas I've been picking up $4 to $5 range. I'm just gonna continually keep buying those. I don't have one handy, but the McDonald's cases too. I've been picking up McDonald's cases in the $350 range, which is just over $2 per sleeve. So the last two Heritage auctions, I made a couple pickups. Nothing too crazy, but these all three are the same variant where the logo's to the left. There's a lot of videos out there discussing how to find like a shadowless one. These weren't bought with any thought that they were shadowless. I don't believe they have any chance to be. I just like the deck, and looking at my prices, I paid about anywhere between 150 and 180 each for these. To me, they were good buys at that price. It's a deck that almost everyone had growing up. I know I had one. You got that Sealed Machamp. You've got 4 Charmanders. You've got couple Charmeleons. It's just a good product, and it felt like I don't even know what they're going for on eBay, but I would think a little bit more than that. It's been a while since I've seen them on there or tried to buy them on there. Another pickup at Heritage. I didn't even really check too closely on eBay what they go for. I don't know that I'll necessarily be listing these anytime soon if I paid market but let me look at the prices. I paid 1,000 on Blastoise, 300 on Raichu, and a little over 300, 330 on Zapdos, and that was all in with the buyer's premium. So to me, PSA 7 first edition base at those prices, they're all pretty recently graded. They all look like reasonable sevens to me. Part of my thinking was if the prices move up, it might just be like a flip, buy to resell. If the prices don't move up, these are perfect candidates for my binder that I want to create down the line. So yeah, just a pretty solid purchase in my mind. I also picked up in the same block, or maybe it was in the one where I picked up the 2-player starters. This was 375. I think this one I did specifically look on eBay. The PSA 10 of this one is just absurd how much it goes for, well into the 5 figures. This seemed like a pretty reasonable 8. It's just something that I think I got a little bit below market, make 100 or a couple $100 on a flip, listing it right to eBay. Again, though, like if that doesn't pan out, if it keeps dropping, I do want to have binder sets. I do have binder sets of a lot of these. Exactly where they stand, I'm not 100% sure. The last and kind of biggest purchase I made was from Pokemon Radar. John actually advertised that he was selling these on Instagram. I forget if it was a post or if it was a story. But yeah, first edition base light packs, they are in pretty good shape. I'm going to send them to PSA for grading. I mentioned in a past video how we're in kind of a weird place with PSA graded packs because the old ones have the folded over ends, the new ones, nice, great presentation. I like the new ones a lot, but it's like a lot of the market doesn't realize there's a difference because the completed prices have been pretty similar regardless of the pack style. So I think that's, if you've got the old style, it's a good time to sell them and move into the new style if you can get them at the same price, because there's no way around it. I mean, Pat Flynn actually did a video over on Deep Pocket Monster. He cracked up, I think it was a PSA 9 base set 2-pack or something, and you could see like crease marks where it had been folded. So yeah, before the market catches wind of it, if you can kind of flip flip out of the old style and into the new style cases, I think that's a great play. If you can do it at low cost or no cost. That's pretty much what I've got for buys in front of me. It feels like I've not stopped buying. I did win a little bit from PWCC. I'll probably show some of that next week in a video. I want to discuss PWCC itself. Let me actually go grab. I'm going to pause real quick. This video is pretty short, so I've got a lot of PSA bulk returns coming back, but I did recently get an express. So let me pause and I'll turn this into a purchase and PSA express order video. So going to grab the submission, I did find a couple more things I intended to show in this video and just forgot about. I've been buying too much. I picked up a Grand Stardy PSA 10. I recently had sold one for mid 3K range, and this one went for auction mid 2s, so I just picked it up. There's been a few of them through PWCC, Heritage, eBay. I forget where this one even came from, but I just put on a lot of them. I put in the low 2s, and just because to me, I just recently sold one. I'd buy one back if they continue to go down, whatever. I like having the card in my collection. If they go up, more the better. But another thing I've picked up a few of recently, I'm only showing one here, but this is actually an error one. So I kind of moved the card so you could see. 2 Lugias and a Charizard. This is a staff Vivid Voltage pack. The Vivid Voltage pre-release lineup, amazing. Lugia, Charizard, Snorlax, and then Donphin. I made a really good play on those out of the gate. That was before the news came out that they were going to be discontinuing, whether permanently or short term, whatever, but they were going to be discontinuing the staff promos. But yeah, I bought out of the gate, I want to say I bought about 15 pre-release Vivid Voltage staff packs for about anywhere between 800 and 1200 each. And some of the early Charizards that I graded PSA 10, I was selling for 4,000. I want to say the PSA 10 staff Charizard is down around 2 now, but I bought 3 or 4 more packs recently in the $1,200 to $1,800 range. Like this one, I paid a little more. I think I picked up another error pack. Should have about 3 error packs now. I want to say the Lugia and Snorlax are still several $100s in PSA 10. Charizard still 2,000-ish, several hundred in PSA 9. So to me, it feels like a plus EV product if you can get in at the right price. I had pretty good luck in my 15 packs. I didn't open them all, but I had pretty good grades on them. $150 a card is a lot to spend on any of them, except for, I mean, even for Charizard, it's kind of a lot to spend. But yeah, just another thing I've been picking up. And I'm glad I paused to go get the submission because I almost forgot the main thing I wanted to record this video for. Shout out to First Edition J. That's First Edition with like 1 ST, not spelled out. So 1 ST Edition J. I bought a complete, let's see where my camera is. Complete mint graded, no symbol jungle set. You'll see that there's PSA, CGC, BGS. I mean, a lot of people probably don't like that. Jay didn't seem to mind putting it together when he was collecting it. I don't mind at all. I buy cards, not grades. So yeah, just a really cool set. I'm not a huge error guy, so I'd actually sold off my personal set last year during the hype, and then being able to rebuy it now when things are a bit lower worked out well. Just a set, kind of like I mentioned on some of the first edition base from Heritage. I bought it because I don't have it in these grades. If market continues to go down and I'm kind of stuck with it, well, it's new to my collection and it's something I enjoy, so that's fine. But it's kind of like a two-pronged play. Buy it for my collection, but I also think, like, speculating on where the market's headed, I think it's just a good time to have made the purchase on this. And that was right around 2,000 I paid for the set of all mint 9 graded. So I believe that takes me through, finally now, all of our purchases, and I will show you fairly quickly. I guess it's a pretty good, pretty good submission to show fairly quickly, but I've got 5, 8, 10, looks like 14 cards, I think. So I paid 150 a card for these. Some of them were well worth it. Some of them were, I kind of wish I hadn't sent them. First edition, or sorry, unlimited edition, just base Charizard. That's a lot to spend on it. I think the 8's worth like $700 now. So to have spent 150 grading it, I thought it had a shot at a 9. Part of the reason why I sent it, but got the 8. Oh well. The Shadowless 9. So going back a few months, I showed Golden and Heritage purchases in an earlier video, and I bought two for around $3,000 each. I bought two PSA 8.5 Shadowless Charizards. One of them, 8.5, felt reasonable, even though it's an unreasonable grade. I say it felt reasonable. It felt more like a PSA 8 was appropriate. So I kept that one in the PSA 8.5 case, and I'm going to sell it. This one, I mean, well, it's a PSA 9. I was going to say it was a PSA 9. Not just it was an 8.5 because someone had a bad day or whatever the case, but I've ranted on it so many times. PSA 8.5 is an invalid grade. Crack them all out, send them in. It's hard to do with a Shadowless 8.5 Charizard that you think is going to go down to an 8, so I didn't, being a little bit hypocritical there, but yeah, that 8.5 that I cracked was a 9, got the 9, so there's the proof there. This CGC, or this PSA 9 Pearl, was actually a CGC 8.5. This is just a Pearl I had in a binder that I had kind of forgotten about, misplaced, so I finally got that in. Grand Party, this was also a CGC 8.5. These fourth print, these were just ones that I had from openings a while ago, shortly after PSA closed. 300 card was way too much. In hindsight, 150 card. I thought some of them might get 10s, so none of them did. That one got a 6. I haven't looked over it too closely yet, but it must have a little dent somewhere or a crease. But yeah, in hindsight, I would have held off on the base set fourth print. I was hoping I'd grab a 10 on one of them, but they were all packed fresh. 8s, 9s, and a 6. So it is what it is. And then these ones were pretty borderline too. I guess part of it is just like I haven't sent cards to PSA in so long that I caved and paid them 150 a card when I really shouldn't have. Again, in hindsight, I thought maybe one or two of them might get 10s and it would have been more worth it. But grading these $600-ish cards, $500 to $600 cards for 150 bucks, that's a real, I mean, when you're paying 25% of the card's value in a grading fee, that's tough. But it is what it is. I sent them. I am going to try to be good now, and I'm going to try to not send anything else for 150 or 300 a card unless it's like really necessitating it. Like this card I actually got upcharged on because 150 a card wasn't even enough. I got upcharged to the, I think I paid an extra 150 on it. So I think they put me up to the $300 tier. But these pearls are actually, the one that was a CGC 8.5 is one of the ones I bought for $3,000 after selling the PSA 10 Pearl for 16. And that card, I anticipated it would fall. That card has taken a way bigger hit than I would have guessed. I guess not necessarily bigger, but the magnitude and the speed at which it took the dive. Like I sold it in the spring for $16,000. We're in the fall now, same year, and a couple recent auctions have gone around $5,000 to $6,000. I want to say maybe one was even slightly below $5,000. But then the PSA 9s haven't gotten hit quite as bad. So the 10 fell about 60 to 70%. The 9, I forget where the 9 peaked, but I think 9s are still hanging around a few $1,000s. So maybe they got hit as bad. Maybe they peaked up 7, 8, 9,000. But in any case, I'm glad I sold the 10 when I did. it would have been better had I not bought that raw one for 3 grand, because I might be breaking even or losing on it slightly. But like when you don't look at that card on its own, look at it. The only reason I bought it raw for 3,000 is because I had just sold the 10 for 16. I was kind of hedging my bets. If it continued to go up, I would have been glad I bought it. The fact that it went down, you win some, you lose some, but overall that was still a win. So yeah, that's everything I have today for this express card return, as well as a bunch of purchases I've been making. Spending too much money. Sales have been good though, so I don't really show too many things in sales videos because it's tough. I ship out 3 times a week now, so to just randomly do a video, it's hard to capture too many things. I guess I could record little clips, but I did sell, just to give you a couple, I sold a PSA 10. Part of the reason why I bought these, I sold a PSA 10 graded Charizard pack for just under 7,000. And then I bought this set of 3 for 10. So I feel like that was a good, whether this gets a 10 or not, I feel like that was just a good exchange. And then I also sold the very ugly PSA 8 first edition Charizard to a zero feedback buyer. So hopefully there's no follow up on that story. But I sold that for the 11,000 I had listed on eBay. I was trying to shop that on Instagram for 10,000. I had many interested parties, mostly looking for trades, and I was just looking for cash. And thankfully I did get that sale on eBay for 11,000. So yep, buys, sells, PSA return, a little bit of everything in this video. I hope you enjoyed, and as always, I will catch you all later.